there, it's the Machine of Nonsense, episode 129, and we're drafting the British. Yes, the British are coming, folks, to this podcast. I'm your host, Eric, joined as always by Kayla.
Hey.
And we've got two more in the room, and then one more is coming later. We've got Mike.
Oi, this is I think Tomas coined it the Great British Draft Off or something like that.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. And Demetrius is with us.
Oh, oi.
Yes, yeah, you have to answer in British. And we will have Aaron along in a while. He doesn't want to talk any Zelda, and we have to start by talking about Tears of the Kingdom. I think from now on we just start every pod off talking Tears of the Kingdom. There's enough there, I think, to do it. The next like 100 episodes, I think we'll be good. We'll start with that. A little bit later, we will be drafting the British. I'll explain exactly what that looks like, but we're doing a draft. It'll be 5 of us. All of our favorite British pop culture. That'll be coming up in just a while. But before that, we're on the Zelda Minute. I've been going deep into the depths for the first time in my playthrough. There's a lot down there. How are you, like, deep into the depths, Mike? Have you unlocked everything there is to see in the depths at this point?
Oh, no. As far as like my map completion, like the main map, I have like 90% like revealed. The depths, I probably have 50. And the sky is probably my third place of what I've fucked with so far. And man, the depths are cool. There's like parts of it I don't know how to get to yet. Yet it seems like walled off. So there's you could find these like treasure maps in the Sky Islands that will mark X's in the depths, and I don't know how to get to some of those.
I'm on my third one, actually. I've done 2 of the X's at this point.
I found one because I found a map, and then it said, "Oh, you found this already." So it's kind of a bummer, but
at least it tells you. That's kind of cool.
That was cool, yeah, because it would suck to just go there and find an empty treasure chest.
Yeah, not the most player-friendly game at all time, Zelda, but that's a nice player-friendly thing. They've done, I to its defense, I think Tears of the Kingdom is way more like intuitive and way more player-friendly than Breath of the Wild. I think they've made a lot of like little upgrades here and there to make things a little bit easier to navigate. The recipes for cooking, like there's just a lot of things that I think make it a little bit easier on you.
Just the ability to open a chest and it lets you drop something if your inventory's full, instead of doing the pause screen dance from Breath of the Wild. That was like, whoa, 10 out of 10. This is so good. Like right away. That was something cool.
Yeah, pretty nice. Where are you at, D? What's your kind of Zelda adventure looking at right now?
So I just am fully taking in every single percent of the map. When I get to open world thing, I find myself kind of awestruck. So I don't start completing things right away. I just kind of naturally go where I end up.
It's the best way to play. You're doing it.
Yeah,
right.
So I just the little underground thing, royal, underground secret passage thing. Just did that randomly last night. That was fun. That was like an hour of just wandering around and just discovering stuff and going, oh, I could go this way, I could go that way, and it was just like there's a lot of rocks. I was like, I don't care, I'll keep going. Fought the mini boss that was down there, got the knight armor set, and that was my night. It was just super great. I came back to go to the depths, and I ended up doing that. So
That's pretty ironic because I literally randomly ran into that also yesterday. Like, completely random because, there's like the little hole, basically. There's like the NPC that says, like, hey, I broke this hole open. And I'm like, all right, I'll go in there. And you think it's like, all right, there's going to be a little mini quest or whatever else. But like you said, it's at least an hour of stuff down there. Like,
But you can stop at so many different spots in that. You can stop right away when you find that statue. You can stop when you find just one piece of armor or something, but it keeps going and going. And then I did that and I did the whole castle from there.
Yeah.
I did
exactly.
And found a ton of cool shit. And it was just such a fun, that's a game in itself right there to me. Like, that whole adventure I went on. It feels good.
Yeah. It feels so intuitive, like you guys are saying. It feels a lot more connected, where you do a quest line and then you run into something and it takes you into the next thing, even if it's not feeling like main story questy. Like, stuff still feels like there's some sort of causality going on.
They thought of every fucking thing. I don't know. Hats off. Ugh.
Yeah, in that vein, this morning Kayla was marveling at the physics of it all. I mean, obviously it's a huge physics game, but just like when you say they thought of everything, that was kind of what you were talking about, right, Kayla? Just like the wild physics.
I just think it's crazy that, like, with all the building, and Eric doesn't build too much, but just the little things of, like, the hot air balloon, whatever, it falls off and it just rolls downhill. It does exactly what it would do in the real world. It just is crazy.
Once you get auto build, which, Eric, do you have that? Do you guys have it?
I know it exists. I have not gone searching for it yet. No.
Guys, find it. Just go get it. Like, it's not something that should be. It's an ability that you get, and it shouldn't be optional like it seems like it is. You go get it because it just makes all of that layer of fear of build of like, man, I got to use my parts. I got to find something. No, because auto build, once you have it, you can build it, and it costs a little bit of zonite, and it just builds it out of thin air. Like,
but I'm saving up my zonite for crystallized charges, so I want a battery. I'm sitting on one battery.
If you're not using vehicles, Eric.
I don't use vehicles because I only have one battery. It's a snake eating its own tail, Mike.
Why do you only have one battery?
How the fuck do you get more than one battery? I'm just now getting into the depths, and I've realized now that, like, you get a decent amount of... Yeah, like, I'm getting some zonite. I traded that for crystals, but, like, you need a shit ton of those crystals to get your battery up, right? Yeah, 100.
Are you finding the forges at all? Have you found any?
I found the one in the sky. Yeah.
Okay. There's some you can find in the depths pretty early.
I did find one in the depths. It was right by. Yeah, you were napping. That was one of the things. But I bought all the crystallized charges that were there. There were like 20 or whatever available.
Yeah. Were you able to get the large zonite ones too?
A couple. I don't think, like, I think there were like maybe a half dozen of them, and I bought like half because I only had X amount of large zonite. Like, so I might at this point have enough to, like, add one battery or something, but it's,
right.
One battery or two batteries isn't gonna go too far.
Yeah.
I just supercharge everything. Batteries, just supercharge everything.
Well, I like doing the gotcha machines with I use a lot of the zonite charges on the machines to get. I really like the zonite devices. Like, I've recently just been doing the attach a rocket to your shield and just fly. It's great. It's really good.
Have you surfed? Have you rocket surfed yet?
I haven't rocket surfed it. I've regular surfed.
Stuff, that's satisfying, man. Okay. That stuff is satisfying.
Kayla, write down rocket surf and we'll figure that one out.
We got it.
I think the three of us are playing like 3 different games, and it's okay. And it's like this game allows that flexibility so much. And
Yeah, remember, I play for the story. I play for the story, guys. So I'm also like salivating over any little narrative bits I get to.
I wish there was, more. I did all of the dragon tiers, or at least like that quest that like takes you around to the hieroglyphs and stuff. And I found that really cool. I really like. I wish there was more easy access to that kind of thing, because it's essentially, you're flashing back. There's like a time element and all that. I don't think that's that big of a spoiler in a Zelda game.
What? Time in Zelda?
Right.
Hero of time.
And I think it's cool. Like, I think it's pretty, like, I've been intrigued by, like, all this shit happened in the past, and here's how, Ganondorf came to power and whatnot, and here's how he, has been dealt with or whatever. Like, so cool. I think it's pretty intriguing, and I liked the story stuff in Breath of the Wild. I just found it, really few and far between. I think that, like the voice acting and stuff is cool. It's such a, for me, the thing that like I really like bristle on in this game and Breath of the Wild is like when I do get a lore cutscene or whatever else, or even just a mission that goes into a cutscene and it's fully voice acted and there's like some decent humor involved and all of that. I'm like, this is cool. This is like, why can't the whole game be this? But then 90% of the game is I talk to a villager and it's not voice acted. And and there's just, like anime sounds, and it takes me out of it a little bit. So, that's, but
yeah, but
whatever.
then you could build a robot though. You're trading that for you can build a robot.
I want both, D. I want both,
It's Ghibli the game, man. Like, so if you're not in for that, like, they are not shy about robbing Mononoke, Castle in the Sky, Spirited
Absolutely
Away.
Not.
Like,
yeah, they're taking it.
Do those movies not have voice acting in them? Is that
no? But they have.
See, that's funny.
It's just all of that kind of tone without the fully voice act. Like, it's.
I think it's visually very like the
gorgeous.
depths. I think are kind of ugly. I guess they're supposed to be, but I think like not a big fan of the depths aesthetically, but everything, the sky and the surface, I think really pretty. Really, I like the character designs. Like, I like the Zora a lot, and the Rito and stuff like that. Like, it's like 80% aesthetically pleasing, I would say, of a game. Like,
100 for me. Hundo. I love everything.
As I'm like lighting up the depths and like I'm doing a lot of climbing in the depths. There's a lot of like mountainous stuff in the depths. It just looks, the textures aren't great. Like you can tell this is like not a.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
there are times when you're looking at something. I feel like when I'm playing on the TV, I notice it more than handheld for sure.
Yes.
It's just like it looks different than even Breath of the Wild, like an even more cell shadiness. Like, it has to like. I feel like the game is constantly shifting at some like it has to like. It's trying to keep that frame up, so it's like dipping in quality.
You're probably right. I mean, it's got to be doing some magical shit, because like it's a 7 years now for the Switch. Is it its 7th year at this point? Yeah, like
I think it's going in the 7th.
It's impressive. I mean, like at the end of the day, this is one of the most impressive games for a lot of reasons. Yes, the physics are insane. Just everything you can do, the open nature of it. But I think maybe the most impressive thing is that like it functions very well on ancient hardware, like ancient hardware that was kind of bad when it started, like 7 years ago. The Switch wasn't great, so like.
But it's made for this. Like, this is what it's made for, so it works.
It's I think it's almost the inverse. Like, this is made to take like just wring out the Switch in every way, shape, and form. Like, it's getting corners of that processor that nothing else is getting,
I don't know, because think of Recall. It's constantly recording the movement of every fucking item in the game at all times. Like, that's just like,
How
no
does that
game
work?
has a system like that, really.
Right.
Like, and that's just one of your abilities. Link is like the most, I don't want to say powerful, but he's just the most fun and interesting, like, video game character to me, like, to play as now with the toolkit that he has in this game. He has everything. Like, he's a god. He can do anything.
It's so funny because there'll be times where you're in a shrine and you're like, "What the fuck? How do I do this?" Oh, I just ascend. That's it. It's as simple as that.
Ascend is the best ability to me. It's the best.
All of them are just so like, oh, I just can do that. Like, why was I trying to make it so complicated?
Yeah, I forget a lot. I forget the simple solution. I'll be trying to Rubik's Cube my way out of the thing, and it's just like, blow the door up. Just blow it up.
I love that it allows for that kind of stuff because the Breath of the Wild shrines were a lot more rigid. Like, there was a solution for the most part to the Breath of the Wild shrines, like that you kind of had to take the golden path, more or less. And I hit my head on a lot of those. Like, there were several that I think I backed out of or just spent way too much time on. I feel way better in these shrines of just like, yeah, I'm probably not doing the thing that, like, the optimal thing, the thing that you really, like, built this shrine to do, but I'm at least using, like, I'm using Ultra Hand and Ascend, and I'm using my paraglider. You know, I'm kind of using all the tools in a real janky way to get to the end of the shrine, and it's allowing me to do that and not kind of hit a brick wall. And I really, that's.
Do you guys have a favorite shrine so far?
I've got a least favorite, the one that, like, we had to look up. We've done like 40 shrines, I think, at this point, or right around that number, and the baseball bat one. Yeah, ironically, the baseball one. Yeah, you have to create a baseball bat and swing a thing, and
was it figuring out how those glue stick things work?
I think so. Just like, just put the sticks.
The game doesn't
put
really
another one on there.
Give you a tutorial for those. I just kind of was messing around, and I'm like, oh, that'll just stick to that. Oh, okay. You don't even have to attach it; it just sticks in the things.
Yeah, the little rotational thing, nowhere in my mind did I think, oh, I'm gonna attach something to this to, like, extend it into a bat. I was just, I'm gonna bounce something off of this, right? Like, I'm gonna create some kind of platform or springy nature or something and the ball's gonna hit it, and I'm gonna hit the thing right at the right moment, and a spring action's gonna happen. So I just was like, how do you get that? And so, yeah, we ended up just looking it up, and it was like, yeah, just attach a stick to it and swing at the right time. I'm like, okay, sure.
Yeah.
But that one was.
You definitely have to, like, go into Zelda brain. Like, when you play, you have to remember your tech. You have, like, because there's always just some brute force dumb way to do it. Always. Like, you could just throw a spear at that target and it clears it. You don't have to do the pinball at all. You can, like, you don't have to do that. You know,
blow it up.
So
that's more. It makes me more angry. No, that I do like that aspect. Yeah, that you can kind of play it your own way, and I'm. Like I said, I've done like 40 of them. I've probably, like, 39 of them probably I've done the wrong way, or, you know, my way, whatever. And it's nice having a co-pilot too. It's just another great aspect of playing games with Kayla is just like, try that, and let's see what that. And then even if that's not the actual solution, it's like, oh yeah, but I think that's something I didn't think of. You know, we should use that other piece or whatever. So, yeah.
Do you guys have a favorite shrine?
There's one that's kind of like Mario Kart.
Oh.
It's like a huge track that you're going through.
That's exciting.
And that one was really fun. I like any of the Ascend one. Like, there's a bunch where they just really want you to utilize Ascend, and I love it. I love that stuff. I love figuring out how do I put a door, like, on top of a ledge so I can Abuse ascent. Like, how do I get just a little lip so I can ascend through it?
How about you, D? What have you really
loved
a shrine?
I don't have any strong feelings towards a shrine, one way or the other. I just go full Zelda brain, and just like half the time I'm not even thinking when I'm solving these things. I'm just like, oh, I gotta get there. Cool, do it. And then I'm like, oh, the shrine's over. What did I just do? I redid multiple shrines because I didn't remember solving them. I just walked in and was like, oh, cool, a shrine. So that's from years of playing Zelda. My brain just kind of goes, dungeon, a shrine. I'd solve now. Good. So I think a bigger thing was that first dungeon you have to do. That was more memorable to me than any of the shrines.
Did you do
just
the wind
because
one
the setting.
first?
Yeah, I did the wind one first.
Loved it.
I loved every second of that. That was such a fun, getting up there, fighting the boss. Everything was satisfying about that dungeon.
How do you guys feel about the companions?
Love them.
I have a love-hate relationship with my companions.
I'm gonna have to go with Mike on that one.
For me,
sometimes.
I was just gonna say they've just been positive for me. Like the one you get for the wind one has been really helpful for traversal.
Yeah.
And the other one, like I've also gotten the water one.
I don't have that one yet. I have the fire one.
Okay, yeah.
And the fire motherfucker is stupid. He's so fucking stupid, and I hate him. I love Cullen. I hate Yunobo. That piece of shit.
Maybe I'll do that one last. I find that they're just positive, and it fluctuate how positive they've been. Like sometimes I'll get into a big battle and they might as well not even be there, and sometimes they're one-shotting people.
Fuck, man. Yeah.
And I don't know why it is, one way or the other, but it's always been positive, and the wind one with traversal has been just a game changer in a lot of ways. So
yeah. Cullen's good.
I think we have a Wylde Aaron has appeared. How are you?
Okay,
Aaron?
guys, Zelda talk's over. All right, it's over.
Pretty good.
Yeah, we'll have a full.
I could go for forever, so we need to stop.
We will have a Zelda episode in the near future. Our I'm now calling him the pod's older brother, Tony. He really wants to get on a pod talking some Zelda, so we'll get Tony on and we'll deep dive into.
That's gonna be a big pod. There's gonna be 6 or 7 of us on it.
We might have to do multiple episodes, break it up. I'll get a script going, maybe something like that. Yeah. Zelda's illegal from now on. No Zelda talk because Aaron has entered the chat here. How are you, Aaron?
I'm pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm well. We were talking some Zelda. So your present wasn't missed. Is what I'm saying.
Thanks.
You could leave and come back in another 20 minutes. It'd be fine. No, we're happy to have you. And we're doing a Brit draft. If you're not aware, if you joined the episode and weren't aware that we're doing
just blind.
Yeah, I would love someone to go into it blind. It's actually, I would say this is one of the easier drafts potentially because just doing the research on it, I don't know, the Brits kind of own pop culture in a way, in a lot of ways. There's just so many awesome characters and whatnot. But before we get to the draft, we're not there yet. It's been a while since we've kind of had an opportunity to catch up and kind of talk about what all of us have been up to. So Aaron, seeing as you're new, Cyberpunk right now, that's kind of where you're at.
Breaking up.
You're breaking up with the pod, or
I think you're breaking up.
Oh, I'm breaking up. Am I
Sounded
breaking up
clear
for everyone
to
else? Oh,
me.
okay.
No, I heard
That
you.
sound pretty clear. Yeah, clear.
Oh.
He's been hacked. He's been cyberpunk.
Yeah, he's
He's been cyberpunked.
He shouldn't have played all that Cyberpunk. I think that's the problem. We'll get Aaron back in just a second. I'm not cutting any of this out. I think from now on, when we have technical difficulties, let's just have fun and make fun of it. So Aaron will come back. Maybe he took it personally.
He's been cyberpunked.
When I said, yeah, just leave for 20 minutes, he took it. He's like, okay, sure, yeah, sure. How about you, D? Aside from Zelda, have you checked anything out cool?
Oh, other than seasonal anime, which I kind of been enjoying my rom-coms, these cute little stories. Let's see, what have I consumed lately?
Okay.
Yeah, nope, just Zelda. Zelda and a baby, guys. That's pretty much it. I've
consumed a
been
baby?
enjoying New Baby and The Legend of Zelda. That's pretty much it.
Okay.
Which one's better?
Definitely the baby.
Yeah.
I like this latest season. This latest season of the baby, so
Yeah.
good. You would not believe the amount of poop she takes.
That's the prequel to the bear, right? The baby, right?
Right.
Yeah. It's really good build up. It's really good build up. Kind of slow, pacing's kind of all over the place, but it's pretty good.
How's the voice acting? I feel like the voice acting's probably not great.
Pretty similar to Tears of the Kingdom, I bet.
Yeah, there's a lot of grunting, a lot of just random voice clips that just pop up every 4 or so hours. It's pretty weird.
Spouting about a blood moon every day or so. Gosh.
You would not believe how dedicated she is to talking about the blood moon.
I love it. Oh, that baby. Aaron, Cyberpunk, right? You got hacked. That's what's up.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. They just took over my stuff.
Heck the world.
Yeah, so I don't know what you said last. It connected. It didn't work too long after that. But yeah, I'm replaying Cyberpunk so that I'm up to speed when the expansion comes out. Pretty excited for that.
We'll see. We got an Xbox showcase coming in an hour and a half at this point, so we might get some Cyberpunk. I don't know. I was thinking it was going to be at Game Fest, which we also haven't talked about. Holy shit! But yeah, maybe
It
we
makes
gotta
sense
get that
because
DLC.
they did that reveal at the Xbox. You know, when Keanu came on stage and stuff. I think they're kind of, handshake agreement.
In bed. Okay, I played it on Xbox. I played Cyberpunk on Xbox, and maybe that's the right place to play it. You're on PS5, Aaron, for Cyberpunk?
Yeah, played it on there.
Yeah. How many hours do you have now, like between your multiple playthroughs?
Oh, it's a lot. Probably a few hundred. Like it's gonna get close to 3 houses for me.
Oh, shit.
Oh wow, okay.
I mean, there are 3 houses in Cyberpunk. So.
You can actually in Cyberpunk buy many apartments in different parts of the city. It's pretty great. But I've got like 600 or so hours in 3 houses, so I don't know. Eventually, I'll get to that. So I tried to replay it and I couldn't do it again. So maybe I'm done with that one.
Aw.
Yeah.
Right,
I hate
8
that feeling.
playthroughs is the limit.
I'm excited that they've gotten Cyberpunk to a place where it's just really functions really well, and by the time I had played it, like it was great. I ran into a bug here, a bug there, but it was a great experience. Hopefully the DLC can really do it. Keanu was like an underrated performance. I think like it became a meme and everything, but it was just good. Like his character was good, and his work was really good in that game. So,
yeah, everything about his character is just really good. I like where he just gives little insights into things, even if it has nothing to do with him or his goals. He'll just like give his opinion, which is usually just dissent and stuff like that. But I like that how things go later in the game goes with how much he likes you and agrees with you. Because if you just disagree with him every time he talks to you, like he doesn't like you by the end of the game.
right.
But yeah, it's such a good game. I love it. I love where the story goes. There's like hundreds of side missions that are so like well thought out and done. It's just a great game.
It's a lot like, I mean, we were just talking about Zelda and how open-ended it is. I think like Cyberpunk does a lot of those things too, where you can do an in-depth side quest that might take you like hours, or you might end it in 20 minutes because of a choice you make, or someone you kill or whatever.
Different way.
Right. There's early in the game, like you get this mission, and it's literally drive a car from point A to point B, park it in a garage, and leave. But while you're driving it, you can hear a guy screaming in the trunk. So you can make the choice to just deliver the car and get paid, or go and like talk to him and then still make him get in the trunk and get paid, or help him and do what he's. So it's just so cool like that. And then none of it really, it's not like a Knights of the Old Republic where you're good or bad. You're just seen as a mercenary, so you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, I like that there was like no morality kind of system. I think it would have been worse off if there was.
Right.
Yeah. What a game. That DLC cannot come soon enough.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I think Idris Elba can do a Keanu kind of performance for a good character. I hope so. I hope they don't try to go in completely in the same vein, but I think it'll be really good. I wouldn't mind playing that game with just like Luther stuck in my head. So
I know the character he's playing is pretty like pretty important for the because it came from like the tabletop game Cyberpunk. Apparently that character that he's playing is pretty important to the story of all that. I'm not familiar with the lore, but from what I've heard, it's
me either.
Yeah, he's an important part of that. Kayla, we started Platonic. Got through.
And now you're married.
Yes, I convinced her. The Apple TV Plus show Platonic with Rose Byrne and Seth Rogen. How you digging that one?
Well, they're two of my favorite people. Nothing really like crazy has happened. It seems kind of slow, but I like it. It's funny. It makes me laugh. Just two adults trying to be friends with the opposite sex, and has its issues.
Yeah, I think they've done a good job of not making it like, I think we were talking last night that it's kind of believable. Like everything that they've like has happened so far isn't over the top. They could have easily taken it over the top in a big way and like put them in. Like
another show we watched, Beef, which is a little ridiculous.
Right.
Platonic is very much just like regular day stuff, just a married woman with kids trying to be friend with like a dude going through a divorce, and they like each other. They the mom wants to get out and have some fun, and the single person, the single man who has no kids and has a very different life, just trying to balance that friendship is fun.
Yeah. About 5 episodes we're in, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty. We're up to the episodes that they've released. I think they're on like a Wednesday cadence on that one. So that'll be our new Ted Lasso.
Does it feel like an Apatow sitcom or something, or does it feel, I don't, because just the fact that it's a series it keeps throwing me off as what the
different being works. A series, and that's why I kind of feel like it's a little slow. Like I said, nothing really big and crazy has happened. Right. It's kind of just little stories. Just day,
like
just
a
getting
Masters
through
of None
day
or something. I'm
day
kind
by
of
day.
thinking or something.
I think it does have the Apatow feel, but because it's a series, it's stretched out. So there are like, if you think of an Apatow movie as like a 2-hour laugh a minute, like, fest, and stretch it over, they're like 30-minute episodes. And
yeah, they're quick.
Yeah.
Right.
It's the same probably amount of jokes and gags and like scenarios and stuff, but spread over what'll probably be like 5 hours. And so far it's worked for me, I think. Like they're charming. Obviously, like Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne have just like really good chemistry. And that I think is like what's really shown through. It's not hilarious, I would say. It's more like chuckle-worthy and you like seeing them on screen, and it's like believable. I think it's like kind of you can relate if you're in any of those kind of like scenarios, because it's also like he's going through a divorce and he's he's a small business owner. He owns like a brew pub, and
He's not a good adult. He's not good at adulting.
right. Yeah, he's kind of he's not a loser because like he's doing stuff with his life, but like his personal life is a mess, and then she was like a pretty well off like attorney and stuff, but then she had some kids and has taken a kind of a backseat to that. Like she's become full on mom,
But her husband is still a lawyer, so she still like really feels like FOMO. Like she goes to his work with all the people that she used to work with, and they're all successful, and she's like, "Yeah, I've got a diaper. You guys want some throw up?" Like,
there's some good mom stuff, I think, like because she's got a best friend who's also like a soccer mom kind of, and their dynamic is real fun, I think. Carla Gallo, I think, is her name. I'm not familiar with the actor, but she's cool. She's like just thrown in there anytime they're at school or whatever. It's like, yeah, we're both in the carpool lane. The kind of there's some fun stuff there, but yeah. That's platonic.
That's on Apple. Right?
That's on Apple. Yeah. Mike, you're a convert now to the Spider-Verse, right?
Oh man, yeah. I think we all seen it.
I have.
No.
You've not seen it,
damn,
D?
dude.
Oh no.
You gotta see it, bro.
Dad and
I had a baby literally days before it came out.
You gotta take shifts, man. You see it, watch the baby. She goes see it. Come back, talk about the movie. Like, you gotta learn shift work, man. You gotta play hockey out there.
it's real good.
We're talking about Spider-Verse. We're talking about Spider-Verse. That's all. We're just talking about Spider-Verse. Why are you looking at me like that?
Oh, I think just take normally I'm not pro baby in a theater, but I think take the baby to the theater. This is an important film for the baby to see, I think. So
I think ultimately we'll figure it out because it's not like it's a movie she doesn't want to see.
It's
pretty long though. It's like 2.5 hours.
It is. It is like
2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Only 20 of it's the main story.
We've got a dissenter here in our ranks.
Okay.
It's not Godfather 2, Aaron?
No, I don't. I don't know. It's a fun, good movie, but it's the main story is literally 15 or 20 minutes of that movie. That entire movie is filler, so they can make 2 movies.
Exactly.
I'll give you that. There's
3/4 of the movie is like watching anime filler episodes.
I love anime filler episodes.
Well, then you'll enjoy it. It's fun to watch, but it feels like there should either be a TV show or they should have made this into a movie that works as a standalone movie, not, hey, surprise, it's 2 movies.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know. I think the movie does a really good job of just building these emotional bonds with with Gwen Stacy, with Miles and his parents and everything and all this stuff. And I don't know. I think it has really big payoffs, and then it keeps going after that because it is really long. And then,
but it seemed like they were only interested in setting up emotional payoffs. They weren't trying to advance the story at all.
Yeah, you finally get to like we're getting to the climax here, and then that's the end.
I was looking at my watch. I'm like, I don't think they have enough time to resolve anything.
Right? I knew it was 2 parts, so I kind of anticipated like.
I didn't. That's why I'm like, this movie's gonna be so long because we're over an hour in and nothing has happened. Like nothing is actually.
You went into it not knowing it's 2 parts.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes a big difference.
Dune.
I think.
Okay.
You did the Dune.
Because it was literally like at one point it was called Across the Spider-Verse Part 1, and then they were going to have Across the Spider-Verse Part 2. They changed the third movie's name to Beyond the Spider-Verse, but like it's still like
it's 2. I'm trying to go into movies like as blind as possible because trailers give so much away.
Sure.
But like I said, like I'm sitting there where like I keep looking at my watch with like an hour and a half in the movie. I'm like, they haven't even like set up what's going to happen in this movie yet. Like what's going on? Like, they're still just introducing characters.
Okay.
The character
was-
design
okay.
is by far the best part of the movie, but
God, what a gorgeous movie.
yeah,
Oh,
it's
it's
wonderful. Even if you look at like all like little Spider-Man in the background, there's some really cool ones that like there's some like Spider-Woman with a hockey stick, and there was a samurai one in the background, and there's some really cool ones in there. But I don't know. I just thought there was gonna be like a story to the movie, and then it just seemed like they're like, okay, let's set up a story just so we can have a sequel.
Yeah, I think there's some great there's some great character work. I think they've done a good job of fleshing out like Gwen Stacy or Spider Gwen. She was
Spider.
cool in the first one, but she takes it. I think almost half of this movie is more about Gwen than it is about like Miles and whatnot. So like she takes a kind of a front seat for a lot of it, and I like it. I like what they've done with that character, and then you get more Miles, and you get like it is juggling a lot of stuff. Like it if as long as you go into it, I think like knowing that it is 2 parts, so you know that, and it's also it's attempting to juggle like we're introducing new characters, we're reintroduced to like a lot of the characters from the first one. And we're kind of digging in a little bit deeper to just about everyone. And it introduces a cool new villain that I really liked as well. So, for me, it was phenomenal. But it probably helped that I knew I was getting a cliffhanger,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, light spoilers for everyone else. I've been following development since they announced it, so I did the opposite of Aaron. I know probably too much about the movie, but I'm still going in like.
You're gonna love it, man. It's good.
Yeah. I'm excited. Let's just say that.
Yeah. What a film. Enjoyed that. Very excited that we're getting a quicker turnaround on the next one. I mean, it was like 5 years in between Into the Spider-Verse and this one. We're getting beyond
February?
like next year. Yeah. So
2024.
So
It's like 10 months or something, right?
something like that. Yeah, it's not
I think it's
bad.
March. Yeah.
It's reasonable.
Well, I'm sure they made them at the same time.
Yeah,
Right.
definitely working on them. Definitely we're still working on it when this movie came out. No doubt.
Yeah.
I'll go real quick. I have kind of a little list here.
Oh yeah.
We watched Flamin' Hot
Okay.
last night.
How's that?
It's not bad. It kind of reminded me of like those early Disney kind of like or late '90s Disney movies. Like, remember that Tony Danza movie where he became a kicker?
Yes.
He was the garbage picking, field goal kicking Philadelphia phenomenon was the name of that movie. Long movie title.
Jesus.
It's that kind of movie. A guy who starts
That's a
from the
deep cut.
bottom and works his way up to this unbelievable kind of position. Like
Okay.
that style of.
I've seen Invincible. It's the same movie, right?
Yeah. That kind of thing. Guy it starts as like maintenance, janitorial work, and fucking saves Frito-Lay. That's
Good Will Hunting. Okay, I got you.
It's a good. If you're looking for family movie night, I suggest it. It's pretty
Okay.
Nice.
Flaming hot.
But for the cool adult crowd out there, I watched How to Blow Up a Pipeline,
Oh man, so jealous. So jealous.
and that's a good ass movie.
Gotta see it.
Just some really tense ass like scenes. Basically, kind of anarchist group is getting together to blow up a pipeline in Texas, part of a pipeline. It's got a really strong climate change message to it. And it's kind of like Ocean's 11, because everyone on the team has their own kind of job that they're doing, like for this heist / vandalism fucking crazy mission they're doing. And it just really works. It's really great. I really only recognize like one actor in it. He was in like season 1 of White Lotus, but everyone does a pretty cool job. It's it's a really good mix of like people. They show like these short vignettes that go into why each member has joined this cause, kind of thing, and it's pretty neat.
The main female actor, I unfortunately I don't know her name, but I listened to an interview. She also co-wrote the movie.
Oh, cool.
And she just like it was a fantastic interview. She just seems really really cool, really thoughtful, and it really got. I was already hyped for the movie, but then I gotta check it out now. What's that one that you probably had to rent it, right?
$5.99 on Amazon last night.
Easy money into it. Those $20 ones are tough.
Yeah.
Although I'll gladly go to the theater and see like a basically $30 movie with me and Kayla, so it's stupid. And then buy a couple beers.
Ripped the Band-Aid off on that one. I dropped 20 pretty. I dropped 20 for Evil Dead and felt bad about that. I did not.
I also did. Well, yeah, I also paid to watch Evil Dead, and it wasn't worth it. I could have waited.
Yeah.
Is that
the new one for Evil Dead, folks?
If you're into Evil Dead movies, then yeah, you'll like it. It's like I told Michael when he and I were talking about it. It's all of the scary moments is just the idea of seeing a mom and homemaker saying curse words and horrible things to her kids. That's the movie.
Yeah, it's going for that Exorcist reverse shock factor kind of thing for sure. But
it doesn't land. Every part is well acted. It's just not that good of a movie.
Mm.
But as far as TV goes, Succession and Barry and Yellow Jackets have all wrapped up their seasons. So the two of the shows are just done. Barry and Succession, I thought they finished really well, like almost perfectly for me. And I'm kind of trying to find a show. I've started like Primo, the Shea Serrano, Jason Concepcion show.
Nice.
That seems pretty good. I've started Jury Duty on Aaron's recommendation. I did not anticipate James Marsden as James Marsden to be like a dark horse character of the year.
Oh, so good. Like the look on his face when that guy says like he heard that movie sucked, and it's just like, he's doing amazing.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's so good. And then like once you're done, rewatching the last episode where they show behind the scenes of the entire thing, like from all of the actors and showrunners' point of view, like trying to keep this going around this guy is fantastic.
Yeah,
it's so
good.
I'm
excited to watch more of that. And besides my 70 hours of Zelda, I've snuck in the Lies of P demo. I didn't finish Lies of P demo.
It's very long, right?
It seems to be. I put in just under an hour. I beat like a first boss fight.
Wow.
Man, it is taking parts from every FromSoft game. You're a main character with like a mechanical arm that you can upgrade, similar to Sekiro. The combat is very Dark Souls 1, it feels to me. It definitely has the aesthetic, a Bloodborne style kind of aesthetics for sure. And it seems like one of those, if you need if you need that kind of game in your life, check it out for sure. Combat does not feel super great to me so far. It does not feel like that kinetic Bloodborne, like just going in there, backing up, getting back in there, pow, pow, like that kind of stuff. It has like a cool weapon durability system where you have like a Monster Hunter style bar. Yeah, we didn't even get to that in the Zelda stuff, dummy.
It's not worth talking about.
And,
that's why I don't play the Zelda games, really. I really didn't like that in the first one.
We know.
Right.
We know.
Right. And but when your weapon gets runs out of durability, your mechanical arm has a grinder in the elbow, and you do this really cool sharpening animation, like mid-fight.
Awesome.
You're just like, that's like my favorite part of the game so far.
Okay.
You're just hitting rocks.
As much as I want. And I got to like an hour in, and then it gets to like your hub home base kind of area, and I backed out a little bit. I think I might go back in, but I don't know if it's going to be a game I'm going to download on Game Pass day one and check out anymore. I don't know.
Well, Zelda might still be gripping you at that point.
Yeah, Switch gives you like a weird hour count. It said like at the beginning of my day yesterday that it was at like above 65 hours, whatever that means. So I think I'm around 70 now, and
wow.
I don't feel like I'm halfway through that game. I don't know. It just feels like a forever game. I don't know.
Hey, quick question.
Sure.
Is there a lying mechanic in Lies of P?
Oh, thank you. That is kind of the thing. There is kind of an interesting narrative thing, because like you're in a world of just you're fighting these animatronic puppets. It reminds me a lot of like BioShock in that way. These big giant like robotic enemies, and it becomes a thing like where you have to get access to this building and you have to lie, and a puppet can't lie, so you have to lie that you're a human, and they let you in, and
your nose grows. And...
yeah,
Let's go.
It has like a cool death animation screen because it goes lying or dying, and then it has a loading screen where it's Pinocchio's nose like growing and growing.
Oh,
Okay,
cool.
all right. Into it.
It's
All right,
nailing-
I'm back.
it's
I'm back
nailing
in. I'm back in.
Right.
Like early on, I had like my mission now is find Geppetto at this. You know, it is like a just weird dark Pinocchio story, and yeah, it's an in between kind of game. I don't know, like if there wasn't so much big stuff right now, I would be more anticipated for it. But man, I don't know. Like,
Have you gotten Jiminy Cricket? I know that he plays a part.
I haven't met him. I do have like a Tinkerbell style character in my lantern.
That's awesome.
Oh, I assume that
In
was
your
Jiminy
lantern,
Cricket, so maybe
okay,
it's
okay.
not in maybe it's just different. I assume that was the Jiminy Cricket type character.
Yeah.
maybe
Kind
they
of like
replaced it.
Fables, like the comic series that
Wolf Among Us.
The Wolf Among Us was based on. Like you're playing through when you're reading through it, everybody like lives on Earth now because their own worlds are being destroyed by this entity that like was going world to world, destroying everything. And it turns out that that entity was Geppetto
Oh, nice.
taking over everything with his puppets. So that's actually a pretty cool, like a little dark twist. That's a little similar. That's cool.
Nice.
That would be cool. That would be a cool twist.
Well, the comics are very good until they're not, and then they're Big Bad Wolf is a air spirit, and his and Snow White kids like fly around, and it gets bad.
Sounds about
But-
right.
Originally, up until you meet like the Boogeyman, it's a really good comic series.
Nice. Was that the sum total there, Mike?
Yeah, I'm all caught up. Thank
Nice.
you. For your time.
Oh, hey, no, it's good. It's good. We got caught up. We wanted to get caught up, and we got caught up. Me and Kayla were gone for a while, and we haven't had an opportunity to really dig in deep with you guys. Speaking of us being gone, we took a little trip to London, so we thought we should have a Brit draft. We are going to draft our favorite British characters, British actors, London set things, everything in pop culture that comes to us from Britain. The UK is open in this endeavor, so you know you don't have to be super like the island of England. They're weird over there. They got a lot of little territories and stuff. So how it's gonna go? All five of us will be drafting in 6 different categories. If you've done a draft with us before, you kind of know how these go. We'll snake draft. The 6 categories are as such: leading Lorde. So this is a main character or a leading actor in of British origin. They can be voiced by a British person. They can be a British person. We're going to make it easy for everyone else. But it has to be a leading lord, a main character or main actor. Leading lady, same thing, but for the ladies, right? Pretty simple. My favorite category, I think everyone's favorite category. Mike came up with these most of the way, so folks, hat tip to Mike. Best bloke is our third category. This is a supporting character, supporting actor, supporting character, anyone who lends support to another story in all of pop culture. This is open to movies, TV shows, video games, anything like that. But a best bloke. We have the next category is London Calling. So anything set in London. Can be anything in pop culture that has a primary setting of London. Fifth category is Kitman. So this is anyone who creates, runs. So we're thinking of directors, writers, maybe developers of games, but of British origin. Have fun with that one. And then the last is the ye old wildcard category. It's a grab bag. Choose what you want. Just has to be British. And maybe you have to stick up for your choice, whether it actually fits. But those are the 6 categories. Leading lord, leading lady, best bloke, London Calling, Kitman, and ye old wildcard. I'm going to go ahead, folks, and folks on the call, I should say. None of you at home are seeing this. I'm going to share my screen because I've noticed that in previous drafts, you guys, you're very trusting that when I randomize the names that I'm, actually, being honest
I
with
hope
it.
You're being honest.
Yeah, I am. I have been, but I feel like,
Oh yeah, I
show you
never.
guys.
When I say the fix is in every time we do one of these, I don't think the fix is in.
Well, here we go. We've got the names: Eric, Kayla, Mike, Demetrius, and Aaron. I'm gonna go ahead and hit randomize, and we will create our random list. Okay, number
I got
one.
the turn. Oh, fuck.
Mike got the turn. Aaron starts us off. I go next. Kayla is in the unenviable position of 3. Demetrius is 4, and Mike is on the turn. He is 5. We will snake in this draft, so
I get picks 5 and 6.
Mike gets picks 5 and 6. Give me a moment to write into my handy-dandy spreadsheet here the names so I can keep track of everything that feel like I'm at work again. So let's start it off. Aaron, you get to start us off with the number 1 overall draft pick in the Brit draft. You can pick any category that you want, and
No repeats.
No
Right, once
repeats.
They're taken
That's
off of the board.
great call because many of these characters or actors could fit in multiple categories, or even a story could fit in multiple categories or something like that. So if somebody is picked, they can no longer be picked for a different category.
What if they're picked as a character in one?
No repeats.
Okay.
So,
Am I
like a
complicating this?
character that a particular actor has played, but you're not necessarily picking that actor. Is that kind of the idea?
Yeah.
We could discuss it.
Are they open as an actor, or once that actor is picked as a character, they're cut off from everything? I guess.
I think if you've picked the
I would say
character,
so.
let's just say that James Bond could be drafted in this draft. Let's say he's been played
Right.
by
Does that
many.
cut off 6 actors.
I don't think it does.
right.
But there are others that might. So I think we'll have to have maybe a little bit of a discussion. Yeah, on that. But
Okay.
but but I think if you specifically said actor X, that
I'm still
that
waiting on
person's-
my official rule book in the mail. For these.
Yeah. There. We tried to get things mailed from London here, and it was not great. So I think it's coming from the same location. Yeah, you'll get it.
Thank
You'll
you.
get it. Aaron, start us off.
So there's like a sidekick one, right?
Best bloke.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Nick Frost.
I knew
Nick Frost is a wonderful first pick.
Nothing.
it. He was who I honestly, when I thought of the category, that's who popped
Right.
in my head. Like,
Yeah,
him.
first thing for me too.
He's made a career out of that kind of. So.
Love him. Great pick. Nick Frost of Shaun of the Dead fame.
Shaun of the Dead. Hot Fuzz.
Basically just Simon Pegg's best buddy.
Yeah,
His best bloke.
Paul, if anyone likes Paul.
Yeah.
No one likes Paul.
Okay.
Lena loves Paul. We've watched. She's a big fan of Paul.
Okay. I'm on now here. Man, it's tough. This is tough. I think I might do best bloke as well because I want to get. So I'm picking an actor. In best bloke. And I'm picking Tom Hardy. I love Tom Hardy as a supporting character. He's
great.
my favorite part of The Revenant. He's my favorite part of Batman, the third one.
Blinders.
He's my favorite part. He's one of my favorite parts of Peaky Blinders. Inception. I think
Dunkirk.
he is perfect. Yes, as a supporting actor. As a lead. Whatever.
I
But
enjoy Venom.
I think
good in Venom.
Venom's fine.
And the Dirt Road one.
Mad Max.
See, I almost
Mad
see him
Max?
as I think that's a Charlize Theron movie
Right.
to me.
Yeah,
That
it's
feels
hard.
very
He
Charlize
doesn't-
Theron movie.
He
Yeah.
doesn't have a whole lot of stuff to do in that.
And he's wonderful as
See that?
the guy who just is there, you know? Like
Yeah.
See that?
even though he's the
fate.
like he is Mad Max, right?
What a
But
bloke,
like,
you know? What a
he's
bloke.
the best
What a
bloke,
bloke.
I think.
What a bloke.
All right, so we got Nick
Tom
Frost
Hardy's a
and
good
Tom
bloke.
Hardy in the best bloke so far. Round one, pick number 3, Kayla.
So I am going with Kitman first
Nice.
because this was really hard for me, and I was like, I'm gonna get mine off the board. That way, y'all don't take it, and I'm taking Christopher Nolan.
Oh, nice.
Good pick.
He's my favorite Batman's. I'm excited about Oppenheimer coming up. He's just got a very like you're watching a Christopher Nolan movie when you're watching a Christopher Nolan movie, and I can respect that.
Love it. Good pick.
He has a seal of quality with him.
Yes.
For sure.
Eat your heart out, Sean Fantasy. That's a joke for 2 people on this pod. D, you're up.
I think I'm gonna go Kitman 2, and I'm gonna go with Neil Gaiman.
Nice.
Ooh.
Wow.
The Sandman.
Yeah, that, and I was actually, when I kind of was doing like a deep dive, he did one of my kind of like favorite cult movies, Stardust. It's such a weird fantasy movie, but I love it so much. It's so good. If you have not seen Stardust, go watch it. It is a fun ride.
I don't
What's
know
his name from Daredevil is in it as the main character. I cannot remember his name.
Charlie.
Yes.
Charlie
Nelson?
Cox?
Yes, thank you.
Dude's awesome.
Yeah, he's the main guy. He's the main guy, and he just can act. He can turn a boring character that guy was into someone I want to watch.
Stardust. Okay, I'll put that on the list. I dig it. Neil Gaiman, that's a kind of an out there pick. I like it. That's good. I didn't even think of authors plus, he's kind of done every type of media at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's fantastic. Mike, you get the final pick of round 1.
Man, I feel like, the British diamond has fell into my lap here. I'm taking Leading Lord.
Okay.
I'm taking DDL. I'm taking Daniel Day.
Okay.
Uh,
Back on the
Not
scene,
know.
Daniel Day-Lewis,
is he?
Well, he was photographed for the first time in 5 years.
Oh,
really?
He was
He's
wearing
alive.
an
Okay.
Adidas tracksuit. It was
Fuck yeah.
intense. It was wild.
That's the
I'm
British
really
thing to
just
wear. Let me
picking
tell
him.
you.
Yeah.
tracksuit, baby.
Adidas.
Kind of picking him just on the base of 4 roles. There Will Be Blood,
My Left
Gangs
Foot.
of New York, Lincoln, and Phantom Thread. And I think he's just so fucking good in all of those. And he's one of my favorites. And haven't really seen any of his, My Left Foot era kind of stuff. Last of the Mohicans. Haven't seen it, but
check out Last of the Mohicans. That's a good one, man. It's a good movie.
I don't know. There's like some weird erasure with that movie. I feel weird.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I don't know if it holds up culturally.
Chief Navajo, Daniel Day-Lewis. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. I don't know.
I'll give you that.
It's still a good movie.
With him, it should count because he probably joined, became official, fucking.
He did well, he
I don't know. He probably did the due diligence to earn the respect.
Yeah.
He spent months in the wilderness and learned how to build a canoe by chopping down a tree and hollowing out with period appropriate tools, for that role. So.
Yeah, he's
absolutely
insane.
wild.
He's the fucking psychopath. He's an act. So he will be my leading lord.
That's a good pick. Round 1 ends with Aaron picking Nick Frost in Best Bloke, me picking Tom Hardy in Best Bloke as well, Kayla picking Christopher Nolan in Kitman, D picking Neil Gaiman in Kitman, and Mike picking Daniel Day-Lewis in Leading Lord. Mike gets the first pick in round 2.
Okay. Man, I kind of I'm going to do Kitman here. And I'm going to pick the guy who wrote a show that just finished recently. It's in my top 5 now.
Ooh.
And that's Jesse Armstrong, who created Succession. And just, I don't know, someone who could just writes the best fucking dialogue I've ever heard. I just eat it all up, and just the emotion that he drags out of these characters, and the emotion you get to feel for these people that suck, but somehow he tricks you into fucking rooting for him. And he just a masterful job he did on this show, and I love him.
Nice pick, Jesse Armstrong. Good pick. D, you have the board for round 2.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna go with my leading lady, and I'm gonna choose Tilda Swinton.
Ooh, she was on my short list.
On my big board.
Great pick.
Good pick, Tilda Swinton. Love it.
Would have fit in Bloke extremely well as well.
Yes, I was kind of on the edge there, but I was like, I need a stronger pick because I was gonna go with my childhood crush, Keira Knightley.
Ooh,
I kind of pinned you as
but I was like, no, use your brain, Demetrius. Use your brain this time.
Hey D, I saw Bend It Like Beckham in theaters, so
Oh.
That played in theaters.
It played at the Kennedy Theater.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, it sure did.
That's when I saw
really
Swim
did.
Fan. So, it's a quality
Swim
film.
Oh,
but
good pick,
Tilda.
Tilda.
Gotta go Tilda.
She is a beast. More a creature than anything. I think she would also fit in Leading Lord. She would fit all categories.
She is androgynous as cuss. Yeah.
Oh, I love Tilda. Kayla, you're on round 2.
I think D and I are working the list kind of the same way.
Oh.
I'm also picking leading lady, and I'm picking Kate Winslet.
Nice pick.
Ooh,
Man, my board is shrinking.
Dwindling.
She's just fantastic. Mayor of Easttown was really the eye-opening thing for me, but looking back at just all of her work is
She's
impressive.
great at everything she does.
Yeah.
She just brings credibility and professionalism and talent.
Right,
to
such a calm, strong presence.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm all right. It's my turn. It's my pick, and I think I gotta go Kit Man.
Okay.
And I'm because I'm a little afraid Mike. No, Mike already picked one. Okay, because I kind of know Aaron's pick.
I saved
That's
him
fine.
for you.
It's fine. I'm gonna go Kit Man. And I'm doing Ridley Scott.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Doing Ridley, and Christopher Nolan was number 2 on my big board, and then I won't spoil number 3. It was kind of between the two, but Ridley Scott. I will always say that movies started in 1979 with Alien. Anything before that is completely irrelevant, even though Alien's just a ripoff of Jaws, but it's a superior movie, and every movie has been built from Alien. So Ridley Scott is a genius, and yeah, it's not just it's not just the Alien universe. I loved Gladiator. So excited for Gladiator 2. Apparently, there was some injuries on the set yesterday of Gladiator 2. So, hopefully that's okay. But the Napoleon movie that's coming out with Joaquin Phoenix this year. Really excited.
Yeah. The Last Duel was dope.
Oh, The Last Duel was he's the GOAT. So
I'm a Body of Lies guy. You like Body of Lies?
That's Russell
Leo
Crowe
and Russell Crowe. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen it since it came out. So
Me neither, but I liked
it.
it.
So I dug it. Yeah, at the time, I was on a big. Russell Crowe. Me and Ridley both loved Russell Crowe around that time. So
same.
So yeah.
Didn't he do that Robin Hood?
Yeah.
I kind of dug that too.
That was a good one. I enjoyed that one quite a bit. Just. In Ridley, I trust. Aaron, you get the next 2 picks, but you get to end round 2.
What's that one you said? Kit Man?
Kit Man, yes.
I'll do Edgar Wright.
Yeah, knew it. I love it. Edgar Wright. Little synergy with Nick Frost.
Oh yeah.
Stuff.
I expect all of Aaron's picks to be in that.
They could.
I watch a lot. The thing is, I watch a lot of British shows. I literally use I use a VPN and watch all of their shows, but I just really like those.
Love it.
We watched some weird shows while we were there. Let's just say.
Oh yeah, London cinema's interesting, or London TV, I should say, is really.
They're big fans of reality shows that just shit on poor people. This is a show where because over there, if you don't pay bills you owe, they can send what they call sheriffs, and they can come in your house and take your stuff and sell it. It's not like here where you have a bunch of protections for that.
I've seen Robin Hood, Aaron.
Right.
So
they've got a show about that where they just follow these people around and get filmed on the worst day of their life.
Room Raiders.
Their cars being taken and stuff, and then they've got ones about people trying to find housing. And it's just dark shit, and they all watch it over there. So,
well, we are the nation that came up with cops. So we're just competing. I think the two of us for being shitty. But round 2 ends with Aaron picking Edgar Wright. Fantastic pick, even if a little bit on the nose for Aaron. I picked Ridley Scott, also completely on the nose. Kate Winslet was Kayla's pick in the leading lady category, and D picked Tilda Swinton, also in the leading lady category, and Mike got Jesse Armstrong in Kit Man. Kit Man is done at this point. We've all made picks. I didn't know that that one would that one is full at this point. Aaron, you get to start off round 3.
I'm gonna do leading lady, Olivia Colman.
Oh no,
motherfucker!
No, he did it.
You should have picked him first, man.
Oh wow.
I really like Broadchurch, and she's really good in Hot Fuzz. Not in Hot Fuzz. So, yeah, she's in Hot Fuzz.
She's in Hot Fuzz.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah,
she is in Hot Fuzz.
She's a really good actor. So
she is. Damn. She's so fun.
You're just doing the Edgar Wright. I hope at the
that
end
was
of this,
based on Broadchurch, though. That was based on Broadchurch.
Oh wow, this would be great if all of Aaron's picks are Edgar Wright shit. The Crew. But yeah, so Aaron, you did it. You did the thing. You made the right choice. Olivia Colman's she's the mother of the pod. She really is. So
we've got a big brother.
I guess I'll I don't think anyone else will pick. I'll just do it. I'll also do leading lady. And it wouldn't be me unless it's Rachel Weisz. Gonna pick Rachel Weisz as my leading lady, my queen, and nothing more to say there. I mean, she's just one of my favorites. One of my favorites. With Olivia Colman, Rachel Weisz, and Emma Stone, and yeah, great movie, by the way. But yeah, I don't know. Rachel Weisz is great. I've had a crush on her since I was, who knows, whenever The Mummy came out.
Right.
So, yeah. and she can act a little bit. She's actually a pretty phenomenal actor as well. So it's not all.
Anybody check out that show she's doing?
Dead Ringers? No.
Really want to.
It's
Because
on the
there's
list.
2 of them. 2 Rachel Weisz's. Kayla, you're up next. My actual queen.
Aw.
Well, London is calling.
Okay. All right.
Answer. You better answer.
I'm picking Fleabag.
Good
Fleabag
pick.
for me.
All right. It's on my list.
This part of my list now has been like, all right, I gotta spread some love over here, and
Yeah.
and there was so many ways where you could have done so many of these.
Right.
That, I
BB
hope
could be
it all works
Hitman.
out. Right. So Fleabag for me. Great show. Check it out. Hilarious.
Yeah.
What a great pick. Great pick.
All right. On to D, round 3.
Okay, what do I want to do? See, did leading lady, Kitman. Let's do best bloke, and I'm gonna do Michael Caine.
Wonderful pick.
Good bloke.
Good pick.
Mhm.
I literally
Definition.
don't have to say. Yeah, I literally don't have to explain. You guys know. You know.
So
You see-
Michael Caine.
I'm glad you did it. I have a Michael
good.
Caine in my back pocket, and it's real bad. I practice it way more often than I should, probably. But I'm glad you did it. That's good.
Yeah, I mean,
Rundown.
yeah. What is it? The quote from Batman Begins. I literally use that raising my children.
That's
Of
good.
course.
Master Bruce, why do we fall down?
It's good stuff. That's not a bad Michael Caine yourself, D.
Good.
It's
It's
pretty
good.
It's pretty good. Mike, you get to finish out round 3.
Has everyone picked leading lady but me?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
correct. That is
Okay,
correct.
so I'll save that because I found a good 4th. Fuck, I didn't think I had to think of more than 3 people for these.
Yeah, my top 3
Plenty
are
to
all
pick
taken.
from. Plenty.
There's not a lot of actors.
Sleeping.
making-
He was sleeping. He was sleeping.
Man, I'm gonna do London Calling, and I'm gonna do Children of Men.
Nice.
Not fully set in the UK or London or whatever, but definitely that first act.
On the same
is-
world.
Yeah, and just it's a cool setting of having like this like weird end of the world, like really we're at the we're getting to the boiling point here, and what could happen, and seeing it in the UK was cool. Just like random fucking bombs going off and stuff, and in that part of the world.
You know who's a really good bloke in that?
Michael Caine,
Michael
maybe the best bloke. For like if I was ranking blokes, he's a top notch bloke. He's a dude in that one.
Pull my finger. It's great.
You're right. You're right.
So good. So good. So round 3 ends with Mike picking Children of Men in London Calling, D getting Michael Caine for Best Bloke, Kayla picking Fleabag for London Calling, me picking Rachel Weisz in Leading Lady, and Aaron picking Olivia Colman in Leading Lady. Very good pick. Very good pick. Mike, you get to start off.
I wanted Livy so bad.
Oh, yeah. Number one.
I'm gonna do my bloke here,
Ooh.
and gonna pick a character from a show that really was held up, I thought, by all of its kind of blokes, and that's Game of Thrones. And I'm gonna pick Bronn
Nice.
from Game of Thrones. A show that would just kill off my favorite character at every turn. It happened every season. He was the one kind of left standing. Like he became kind of my favorite that was still alive at the end. And his adventures with Tyrion and things like that were just some of my favorite parts of the show. And he just stepped up, and he was a great bloke at times, and was a bad bloke at times. But he is my pick for best bloke.
The actor, I don't know his name, but he was in like a synth pop group in the 80s.
Seen that? Yeah,
yeah.
I've seen the TikToks and such of those. Yeah.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Bronn, great pick. I mean, like, unexpectedly survived. You know, like, who would have thought that was one, you know, to win the game? But Bronn, what a great character. Best bloke. D, you're up in round 4.
Right. Round 4. Here we go. I'm just get this out of the way. I'm gonna do my leading lord. And it's gonna be Robert Pattinson.
Nice.
He was on my list. Yes, great pick.
I got some recency bias, you know, in there. I fucking loved him in the Batman. That a lot of people were like, it's just the animated thing. It's live action. I was like, I know. And he did it. He did the thing. He came in there swinging. He's had a lot of good, like, you know, indie films and stuff in between.
Have you seen Good Time?
I started it. I have not finished it.
Finish it. He's great. It's a good movie.
Yeah,
I like that movie.
I'm smitten.
He's great.
What a glow up. I mean, like, from just being kind of a laughing stock after Twilight to, you know, and I guess maybe a little bit Harry Potter. Yeah, now completely respectable. Like, just a, you know, kind of a leading lord, one might say. You know, great pick. Robert Pattinson. Kayla, you're up. Round 4.
Yep. I'm doing best bloke, and I am picking Rebecca from Ted Lasso, who is Hannah Waddingham. Ted Lasso's great. I love it, and Rebecca is such a strong supporting character. Her whole story's a lot of fun.
Yeah, really, that first season's really
character. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it's the story of Ted and Rebecca in a big way, and then just kind of took it from there.
Yeah, it's good. Yes.
Excited for, hopefully. I mean, there's talks of a spinoff led by kind of her and what's Keeley was the character, but what's the act? Juno Temple. Yeah, Juno Temple's character as well. I'm here for it. Rebecca's a great pick in Best Bloke. Fantastic character. It's me. Okay. I've got Leading Lord, London Calling, and Ye Old Wild Card. I guess I'll save the wild card. I got some fun ones there. London Calling. I got one that no one else is gonna pick, but hey, let's do it. The Order, 1886.
Oh yeah, well,
it was on my list.
Is it? Oh, it's just such a cool version of like Victorian London. It's like steampunk and mythology, and it's just underrated game and underrated like telling of like Arthurian legend and stuff too. Like it's kind of got a lot, and it's thoroughly kind of British, even though I looked up the studio and they're from California. Yeah, The Order 1886. Just if you haven't checked it out, it's like free everywhere. I think it's on PS Plus, or it's probably like $5 now to buy. Came out like the beginning of PS4. Slept on game, and it's quick. It's like a 10-hour game, or not even, probably.
Less than, yeah.
Okay.
It's so cool. I felt like I talked about it way too much before, so I didn't pick it, but great pick.
Yeah, it's great. So that's me. Round 4. On to Aaron. finish out round 4.
What's left?
You have Leading Lorde, you have London Calling, and you have Ye Olde Wildcard. I spelled wild with a Y. You don't see that in my spreadsheet, but I did.
Pretty wild.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do London Calling for People Just Do Nothing.
There you go.
Which is my favorite British TV show. So, and it's about London. Like literally, they have a whole episode where one of the characters has to move out to like one of the like it's still technically London, but it's one of like the little boroughs that's around it, and they keep talking like it's a different country, and so.
It was kind of interesting. We went to Richmond, which is still London, but it's 15-minute like train outside, you know. So it's basically just like Wrigleyville in Chicago or something, but it's quite a different feel. Like it's interesting, like the different boroughs of London can have that different feel. So yeah, People Just Do Nothing. I remember you talking that up pretty highly. Was that your like top 5 shows of all time? I think like when we did our like first episode ever. Has Edgar Wright done any work on that? Because I won't accept it.
It's not his humor, not his kind of humor.
Okay, well, we're striking that one from
That's all written by Steve Stamp and Alan Mustafa.
Nice. So round 4 ends with People Just Do Nothing from Aaron. I picked The Order 1886. Both of those were in London Calling. Kayla picked Rebecca from Ted Lasso and Best Bloke. Dee picked Robert Pattinson in Leading Lorde, and Mike picked Braun in Best Bloke. Best Bloke and Kitman are now completely filled for all contestants. Aaron, you have Leading Lorde and Ye Olde Wildcard available to you in round 5.
Leading Lorde, I'm going to pick Luther from Luther.
Love it.
From the album Luther.
Right. Luther. It's really good. The show falls off after like the 2nd season, but
oh darn.
It's about Luther Vandross, right?
Right, yeah. But it's one of those. It gets crazy really fast, so now everything after has to top it. Because he's not a good cop. Like he does awful things. Like he stalks his wife, and then when police try to stop him, he outranks them because he's a detective inspector. So they're like afraid to do anything to him, and that's pretty much how he goes through. And then it's Idris Elba, so it's the
captivating.
Is the movie any good?
I haven't seen the movie because I assume I have to have seen all of the show, and I had to stop watching the show because it just got really fucking weird. But I've heard the movie's good though, so I might give it a shot.
Too. Yeah.
But it's fantastically acted. Every character does great, and he does the best because
it used to be on Netflix, right? And I think they pulled it. Like I think
That's
it's on
when I
like
watched it,
BritBox
so I
or
didn't-
something now.
Yeah, they're So I'm sure you guys know when you were over there, Channel 4.
Yeah.
It's a channel you automatically get with your TV license in the UK. Their TV is done differently. You don't pay for cable. You pay for a license. You get access to certain channels, and then you can pay for more if you do get cable. Well, Channel 4 is something they all have, but they pay taxes for it, so it's really limitedly available around the world. That's why you have to use a VPN to watch any of their stuff, and that's one of the shows that it's hard to get a hold of. They seem to be pulling stuff back, but BritBox gets a lot of it too. So
yeah, we did, and before the trip, we wanted to absorb as much kind of London stuff, and I was like, man, let's check out Luther, and I was like, yeah, it's on Netflix, right? No, not anymore. Yeah, but oh well, I'll check it out eventually.
Yo ho, a pirate's life for me.
Maybe we'll see.
One Piece ain't British.
It's the most British.
It's Laotian. Set in the ocean.
All right, Ye Olde Wildcard will be my pick, and I'm gonna go with Wheatley. He could have also been the Best Bloke, but Wheatley from Portal 2.
Aww.
Cool. Like, I mean, I always forget.
Stephen Merchant.
Stephen Merchant, thank you so much. I always forget that dude's name. Just one of the best voice acted like performances I think ever. Definitely one of the funniest, I would say. Like voice acting performances ever. And just a joy to normally, sidekicks are hit and miss in stuff in video games. But yeah, Wheatley is all hit. So yeah, Wheatley's my ye old wild card. Up to you, Kayla.
This is round 5.
Yeah, you've got leading Lord and wild card.
I'll pick Tom Holland. I was like, holy shit, why isn't Tom Holland the lead actor in more stuff? This is fucking great. Then it went weird places, and it did the thing where it just couldn't, like, they just keep reaching for more story and more story and more story, and it was good where it was. You didn't have to work with Winston Churchill. I don't know. It got weird.
Winston Churchill.
He's the only British person. If you make a British thing, Winston Churchill is going to be in it. All right?
Yeah.
So you're changing your pick to Winston Churchill for leading Lord.
Right.
Then, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Nope. Tom Holland for me.
D, you have a pick in round 5. You've got London Calling and you've got Wild.
We're gonna save that wild card. And I'm gonna do London Calling, and I'm gonna do Good Omens.
Good Omens. That's a Neil Gaiman, right? Nice.
Yes. If you have not watched
Good Omens, so you can't pick that.
but I'm picking the show, baby. I'm picking the show, not Neil Gaiman. Yeah, I mean, if you haven't watched Good Omens, season 2 is coming up in July. It is hysterical. It's so funny. Really? And it's so good. It's so good. Watched it with my mom. We binged the whole season when it came out. So funny.
How are you
about we watched it on, what is it, Prime Video?
I think so.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I have that.
Yeah, so Prime Video, so funny. It's about like an angel and a demon and the like revelations type rapture stuff going on, and they're like, I don't know if we're about that life, and just all the hilarity of basically that situation in
the Good Place vibes.
Yes, that's that. Thank you, Kayla. It has that same kind of like dark comedy where it's like very well lit, shot, a lot of funny stuff going on, but that good vibe. Thank you. Good Place vibes.
Man, this cast list is insane.
I know, right?
Michael Sheen, David Tennant, John Hamm, Benedict Cumberbatch, Frances McDormand, Nick Offerman, like Brian Cox. Like it's insane.
It's stacked. It's pretty stacked.
Wow.
I love Brian Cox. Oh man. Logan Roy.
I'm in 3rd season of Succession. Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Logan's just I don't know. He's up there with like Darth Vader, like as just like iconic characters. I don't know. I love him.
I like him. I think he's the good guy now.
Oh man.
His kids suck. What's he supposed to do?
What is he supposed to do? Yeah.
Thanos was right.
Thanos was right. But yeah, no, definitely check out Good Omens. Definitely. It's such a fun ride. Like honestly.
All right, Mike, you get the final 2 picks. You get the final pick of round 5 and the first pick of round 6. What's your round 5 pick?
I'm gonna do Leading Lady, and all of my picks were taken. Olivia Colman, Tilda, Kate Winslet. Can't pick Jessie Buckley because she's Irish, but I'm gonna stick to my pick, and I think it's still a great pick. I'm picking Florence Pugh.
Nice.
Just kind of one of those ones I almost had season tickets for. I still almost want to watch Don't Worry, Darling, just because she's in it.
She's the best part.
And I'd seeing her in Little Women, and then to Black Widow, then everything else. She's great.
Yeah, just found out she was British the other day. yesterday, I think. Round 5 completes with Florence Pugh, Mike's leading lady. Good Omens in London calling for D. Tom Holland in round 5 for Kayla. She did it.
He's from like that part Aaron was talking about. Like, no, I'm kidding.
Hey, shut up. Shut your mouth.
For me in Ye Olde Wild Card, and Luther for
Wheatley's
leading
a
Lorde.
fucking robot. He ain't British. Like, I don't know.
He is coded British, okay?
British coded.
All right. We have the final round. Mike, round 6. You have Ye Olde Wild Card.
For my wild card, I'm picking a character from Wayne's World 2. I'm picking Del Preston, played by Ralph Brown. He is like the roadie god that they are searching out so they can put on Wayne's stock. And he just kind of steals the movie. It's one of my favorite movies.
Del Preston, wow. That is a wild card.
He tells the amazing, story where he has to get, a bowl of brown M&Ms for Ozzy Osbourne to go on stage. And he like winds up having to kill the shopkeeper with his shoe and shit. A Bengal tiger. It's a great scene. Shout out to Tomas on that one too. I know he's also a big fan. And that'll round out my draft.
All right, round 6, final one for D.
All right, so my wild card is going to be from a show called Shadow and Bone, and is Kaz Brecker, who is the leader of the Crows.
That's not a real character.
He steals the show, in my opinion. It was just kind of like another Chosen One kind of story when it started, and then they introduced these thieves, and that kind of kept me through the whole thing. It's really great. It's got a lot of fantasy vibes, great world, and he's just I love a broken man trope. I love it.
That's Kaz Brecker.
Yeah.
Cool name. I dig it. Kayla, final pick, Ye Olde Wild Card.
I will pick the Chosen One. Thank you, D. Harry Potter. It's got to be on my list.
Solid pick.
Tried to represent people.
It's a good pick. Good pick. Harry Potter. We know him. Most of us love him. Leading Lorde. Oh, me. This is me. The deepest category, some might say.
Yeah.
Man, should I pick Simon Pegg just to, just ruin it all?
Spite.
I'm going to go with Christian Bale. Good
pick.
Yeah. I mean, what is there to say? Arguably the best Batman. Just really in the same way that Daniel Day-Lewis kind of transforms for his roles, so does Christian Bale. And despite having really weird teeth, is a leading Lord. Look at his teeth next time you get a chance. Weird teeth. But he's in, The Prestige, which is, top 5 movie for me. So Christian Bale. Final pick in the entire draft. Aaron, what is it? Ye Olde Wild Card.
I'm going with the Curse, which is another show written, acted in, and produced by Steve Stamp and Alan Mustafa, the same people who did People Just Do Nothing.
Nice.
3 of the main characters from People Just Do Nothing are the main characters of this, and it's a fantastic show. It's had a second season, which I have to watch still, but it's really, really good.
And that's the Brit Draft, everyone. Aaron, I know you might have to dip out, right? No big deal. Say goodbye to the audience, and we'll wrap up.
Great
Goodbye,
draft,
audience.
Great draft. See ya, Aaron. Way to draft. So let's wrap up the Brit Draft. Aaron was the first pick of the draft. In leading Lord, he picked Luther. In leading Lady, he picked Olivia Colman. In Best Bloke, it was Nick Frost. Kitman was Edgar Wright. London Calling was People Just Do Nothing. And Ye Old Wildcard was The Curse. Aaron went deep. I went a little less deep, I think. Leading Lord, Christian Bale. Leading Lady, Rachel Weisz. Best Bloke, Tom Hardy. Kitman was Ridley Scott. London Calling was The Order 1886, and Ye Old Wildcard was Wheatley. Kayla picked Tom Holland, and you can't tell anything other than that in Leading Lord. Leading Lady, Kate Winslet. Best Bloke was Rebecca from Ted Lasso. Christopher Nolan was Kayla's Kitman. Fleabag was London Calling, and Ye Old Wildcard was Harry Potter in the final round. Value in the final round, I would say, on that one. Yeah. D picked Robert Pattinson in Leading Lord. Leading Lady was Tilda Swinton. Michael Caine was Best Bloke. Neil Gaiman in Kitman. Good Omens, London Calling. And Ye Old Wildcard, Kaz Brecker. What a name. I like it. Finally, Mike in Leading Lord picked Daniel Day-Lewis. Florence Pugh in Leading Lady. Bronn from Game of Thrones in Best Bloke. Kitman was Jesse Armstrong of Succession fame. Children of Men in London Calling. And Ye Old Wildcard was Del Preston, everyone, from Wayne's World 2. What a pick. What a pick. The true wildcard. We'll put these draft results up on social media so you guys can kind of pick through and see who had the best draft. That was a lot of fun, guys. The Brit draft was deep. It was and it was a lot of fun. What'd you guys think? Who had the best draft? Mike, you think Mike had the best draft? D, you think you had the best draft? Kayla, right? Yeah.
I don't know. I think we all kind of got our board, really. I mean, I almost had a perfect game. Livy got pulled out for me, but I got everything else I wanted. Definitely a lot of stuff that was left off that I thought would have been picked up. No Gary Oldman. I know.
Not a Gary. Yeah, I was waiting for that.
I thought that would have been Eric's leading Lord. But I think Ryan and Tomas kind of sent in what their picks would have been. I think they both had Oldman in one category or another. For movie, Ryan had Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Hell
I know. Yeah. I was surprised we didn't get. I thought your Kitman might be Homeboy.
Guy Ritchie.
Alex
Garland. Yeah, I thought you were gonna pick Garland.
Yep,
for sure. He was on my short list.
Speaking of Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, Vinnie Jones is in like all of those Guy Ritchie movies. He's the mute guy in Gone in 60 Seconds, if you've like seen that one. Yeah. He's just in like all the guy. I had him on my short list of Best Bloke. He's
great pick. Any of the Ritchie-verse people are good picks for sure.
Daniel Craig, Daniel Kaluuya, Simon Pegg. Helena Bonham Carter, Laura Croft in the video game.
Lena Headey.
I had Laura Croft on mine. I switched it.
That's a fun pick. I always forget she's British. I thought of the first season of Black Mirror.
Ooh.
Very British.
Very British.
Probably. I thought of a game, a PS2 game. It was probably one of my first big splashes into like British media and culture, and that was The Getaway.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
It was really like a guy like after GTA 3, it was billed as like Guy Ritchie meets GTA, and really kind of cool game at the time. I don't think I had seen like Snatch or anything, so that game and that like it had fully, British voice acted cast. They like made the map out to be like London and stuff like that, like 1-to-1, and really cool thing at the time.
Yeah, sticking to video games, you got Assassin's Creed Syndicate, which is a great use of London, and Media Molecule, the Sony studio that behind like Dreams and Little Big Planet, thoroughly British studio. Right. And definitely in video games. A little bit on the I don't think it's a spoiler that Spider-Punk makes an appearance in Spider-Verse, and
thought of him as Bloke for sure. He's a great bloke.
Great bloke. We didn't touch on Sherlock Holmes or James Bond, two iconic British characters.
Get those guys at it. Get them out of here.
They're in everything. There's movies, there's TV shows, and there's video games. So, no GoldenEye fans out there or anything. Yeah. Captain Carter. Love a Captain Carter as well. Fiona Shaw, if you don't know her by name, she's in just about everything. She was like my Dark Horse best bloke. She's in like True Blood, Harry Potter. She's got a very distinct look. She's kind of like a middle-aged woman. Look her up. You'll know immediately because you've seen her in like 10 things. She's that guy, she's without a doubt great bloke. Notting Hill, what a movie. That would be.
No one mentioned Benedict, the Cumberbatch.
Nice, yeah.
Hiddleston.
Or Hiddleston, yeah.
I panicked on my list. I had Cavill and Jude Law and Hiddleston all on there.
What a draft.
Yeah. A lot of great options. Couldn't lose on this one.
Yeah, I was surprised nobody hit up Millie Bobby Brown either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't love her. I don't know.
She's good in that. Have you seen the Sherlock Holmes, the Enola Holmes?
Enola Holmes.
I tried to watch it, the first one.
Both of those are fun. She's
I like
pretty good.
Them.
Yeah.
Hey, I watched those with my daughter. She did pretty good in those movies.
Yeah. Oh, I think they're ideal for like a younger woman.
Oh yeah.
They work for me too. But that's that's the Brit draft, everyone. Thank you, Mike, for not only kind of coming up with the categories, we brainstormed a little bit, but actually thinking that we should do a draft in the first place. Initially me and Kayla were coming up with a lot of different, what do? We do our top fives. Do we do, what do we do?
To be fair, I was like, yeah, we should play a game, and we all just come with things and make a list, but you can't repeat. This is literally a draft.
Right, yeah. We didn't say the words draft, but we were building a game that was a draft, and then you said it let's do a draft. And I'm like, hell yeah, it worked. It was perfect.
I want to draft everything.
Yeah, it's fun.
Good stuff. All right. So that's episode 129 of the Machine of Nonsense. We made it before the big Xbox showcase. We're going to be able to actually watch that, or I am at least.
That's starting at noon?
That starts at noon, yeah. About 10 minutes from now. I'll tell you all about Starfield.
Thanks.
Thank you, Dee. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Kayla. And thank you to Aaron for drafting today. This is a lot of fun. Catch us on social media. We'll be posting the results and who had the best draft, and let us know anything we missed and haven't already talked about. That's it. Episode 129 is done. We're getting out of here, and we're saying... I don't know, what's a British goodbye? What did they say? They don't say good day, mate. That's Australian. Yeah, laters. Yeah, that's what they say.
Lates. Cheerio.
There's the one.
Ta-ta.
Cheery bye. Right?
Ta-ta.
Am I doing it?
Ta-ta.
Yep. We've thoroughly now offended every single one of them.
Fuck off, I think. Back off.
Bug off then. Bug off.
Yeah, bugger.